Frieza's like, first lesson, never trust anyone. Boom! Blast Frost out of the arena, he's gone, he's bloody out of the bounce. And then he tried to turn, and it's like, Frieza's like, I don't work with amateurs. And then Frost's like, you call me an amateur? Take this! But then Zeno's like, boom, no attacking from the boundary, you're gone. Eradicated Frost right there on the spot. Yeah, like, what else is there? So, the bloody preview for next week already exploded. Because Kakarot's already done for. I don't think Frieza's gonna bloody destroy him, because it's not in his best interest. Unless someone stops him, but nah, the fact that he worked with Gohan in the bloody previous episode, already it's like, he's gonna spare energy. Like he did on Namek. Kakarot did for him, returning the favor, what comes around goes around, but Kakarot did it because like he's generally can be a good person, you know? But then, Frieza's like ends to a means. Want to survive the tournament of power no matter what, be the last one standing or some shit, and then use the Super Dragon Balls to take over everything. It's not about wishing himself back to life at this stage, no, he wants to take the place of Zeno. Okay, so now when it comes to Vegeta, yeah, he didn't freak out all in this episode. Very unlike him. He just questioned everything, you know? Gave him some things to think about, but he's got his own tricks up like his sleeve. We've seen hints. The first time he fight the fat ass bitch, right? His body instinctively bloody dodged out of the way. It's like, what the hell? I found her so repulsive that my body just, naturally, instinctively dodged. Yeah. Hint, clue number one. And then training in the bloody, the high time chamber. Difference between the first time when before he faced Black, and the second time, not exhausted, not sweating at all, just casually walking out through the hole that he made, through the bloody dimension door. I don't think he didn't blow up the whole thing, I think this time. Papa said, oh, you blow up again, then it's like, you are banned. But, yeah. Vegeta, say, has the potential to also achieve such, like, the ultra instinct, power, technique, or form. We do not know what to quite call it at this stage. All we know is the Spirit Bomb. That sheer level of power was the trigger for Kakarot to temporarily attain such level. But upcoming episodes, Hit vs Jiren. Shit's gonna go down there. Following after that, Vegeta's resolve. And apparently the synopsis is that typical Kaba's having a tough time and someone knocks him out and he's gonna go flying out of the arena, but at the nick of time, Vegeta saves him. He saves Kaba. It was like pretty much like a disciple, or he might see him as like a son or something now, the connection. There's kind of a bond there. Like how they're implying with Kakarot and Caulifla and possibly Kale or something. Because they're going to have interaction later. So that's going to focus on Vegeta and Kaba. And Vegeta's going to go to Kaba. Fight with all you've got, It's like, remember your pride and stuff. Train. But it could get to a point where Jiren or someone else, Kaba get knocked out of the bloody arena, and this time Vegeta's not there, can't save him for whatever reason. Vegeta will snap! And if it's against Jiren, he'll try to fight him and give him everything he's got. But ultimately it's going to be futile, and Jiren will best Vegeta. But it might get to a point that something might trigger. It's like, if I lose here, it's all over. Earth destroyed, my wife, newborn baby, Trunks. And then somehow from some sheer level of power, strength, or inner will, Vegeta attains such power. Or it could happen another way, and one of his attacks, similar to how Kakarot the Spirit Bomb. Interesting actually. Maybe he bloody will absorb his own attack on purpose to achieve it. Like, would it be the final flash or yet to be seen in anime, the Gamma Burst Slash? My god, that level of power. That Gamma Burst Flash, I think, has maybe the potential to rival the Spirit Bomb in some bloody degree, shape or form. We don't know. But I think also, ultimately, Frieza and Gohan may have a part to play. Hit's going to take him on. Frieza, true golden form. So either they injure Jiren, or they'll leave him stamina, to drain his stamina to such a point, such a level, that when Vegeta can achieve that Limit Breaker or Ultra Instinct, oh man, I love that name, Ultra Instinct form, yeah, then he can face Jiren. Then, yeah, we don't know what's going to go down. And then Gohan, Frieza, Gohan, they could team up, or we don't know. Upcoming episodes is just going to do with what I said, Vegeta's resolve, and then the Saiyajins. The Saiyajins are going to team up or something. Apparently Kakarot, asks Caulifla, he's fucked, but it's like, help me, let's fight, And then he's hoping the Jiren fight that his stamina and whatever will return or something, But then something happens when KO's in the mix, and then she's going to have a part to play where she goes berserker. I think it's called Super Saiyan Berserker. But then something happens as well, because she has control of it now. And what happened? Who was the first, I think, opponent that Jiren laid a hand on, laid a finger on? Kale, when she couldn't control her bloody form. Berserker shit, right? Jiren playing, just easily, boom, done for. And Caulifla saved her from being knocked from the ring and shit. And then, are we gonna see a rematch? Somehow? I don't know. This tournament could go either way. It's already amazing that Kakarot was like the first one seriously, to take on Jiren. At this point, no one. Because normally, in the past, Vegeta, they would set him up. Yeah, he would give it like his all and it'd be a seemingly good fight. But ultimately, he's going to get crushed. And Kakarot, being the man that he is, ends up, being the hero for some bullshit. But I don't know this time. This time, depending on what occurs, this may be the best arc in all of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball history. Okay, if the video cuts out now, it's fine. I think I've covered everything. Man, 8 minutes for just a part 2? So despite being this Kakarot-centric episode, I didn't mind it. And not just because Kakarot was initially beaten down, like literally to a pulp. Just mesmerizing. Ultra Instinct, I can't get over it. Limit Breaker X. Thank God that's not the name. The official name, Ultra Instinct. I don't know if it's going to add Saiyajin in the end, if it's a technique, if it's actually a form, a level of power, but this is like a technical power angels can do. How is Whistler training Vegeta and Kakarot, right, to get their bodies to move on their own? Because he already knows how to do it. This is beyond God, beyond godhood. Angels stronger than gods. I still can't wrap my head around it. But either way, the work of the gods is complete. Because the gods themselves, if they try to train, they try to master that level of power to get their bodies to react and move on their own without thinking. Beerus hasn't even bloody mastered the concept. Apparently in the manga he does showcase it a bit. Because, my god, the manga, the gods are literally in an exhibition tournament. They're fighting themselves. And Beerus is like, I think, owning for the most part. Well, it's yet to be concluded and stuff. But, yeah. Beerus, my god, man. So that's manga. Should have had that in the bloody anime. Something's good happening in the manga. Something's better in the bloody anime. Yeah. Yeah. Score rating of this episode. 7 out of 10. 7. Yeah. Jiren is a fucking monster of a beast. No joke, no exaggeration. Oh. That was beyond Kid Buu, as I said, with the Spirit Bomb. Fuck. That Spirit Bomb against Kid Buu had nothing on what transpired in this episode. You even had the bloody 30-second stare down. Back to classic Dragon Ball Z style. Not even GT had shit like this. Really up their game. But yeah, like I said, somewhat a lot of focus was on Vegeta in this episode, right? Yeah, Kakarot had his shine, had his moment. But, oh yeah. Vegeta and Frieza. Yeah. What else can I cover? Anyway. Tell me below, I'd like to hear your own thoughts and comments of what you think will transpire, or like anything that I've said, you know, missed out on. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, that music, when Kakarot was in that form, it's like Danu Nanu Danu Nane Dantu Jane Nuranato Anu Singa Danu Nane Anu Manu Munamomo. Man, ultra speed movement. That's how fast they were punching and blocking. Because Kakarot was punching and then Jiren was punching at that level. It was like he was keeping up with Jiren. But of course, because it was powered up by the Spirit Bomb, it did not last. Just a temporary state, transformation. I guess you could call it a transformation because the eyes went silver. If the eyes didn't go silver, right, and it was just like an aura, and because his hair was base, it was still black, then you could call it definitely a technique. But semi-transformation, maybe it might not even be the full form. It's like Super Saiyan God. You can only sustain that for so long. And then the more sustained form, for the most part, is Super Saiyan Blue. Is this a similar concept to that? First, you achieve the level of a god, not necessarily as powerful as a god, Super Saiyan God, right, the red form. Now comes this form being the bloody Ultra Instinct, the level or similar power to an angel. Has there ever been an anime where bloody some characters be able to do this, like naturally to move their body, and dodge and shit? I haven't heard of anything like that. So yeah. But like I said, Vegeta somehow, maybe unbeknownst to him yet, can reach that level of power. He's seen it for, but in his own eyes, and now it's questioning it. Not not getting angry, not even gritted teeth. Damn, Kakarot. Because that's what happened in the past, like the Cell games or whatever. Kakarot fighting against Cell. Like Kakarot didn't defeat Cell, but Vegeta's like, the fact Kakarot was definitely more powerful than Vegeta, right? I have to admit that much. Yep. And it wasn't a Kid Buu scenario where Vegeta's like, oh, you're better than me, Kakarot, you're the best, and he's like rooting for him. Just neutral. Neutral. I've never seen this before from Vegeta. And then if it wasn't surprising enough, Frieza offering energy for the Spirit Bomb, to his own like ends and means or whatever. You probably want to see, can Spirit Bomb, like, if I add my power to the mix, can you take out that bloody monster of a Jiren? Probably curious, as such like that. But at the same time, he made Kakarot appear in front of him, and then he's like holding the blast. Looks like he's gonna blast him, but nah. He's gonna heal him up just a bit. Just to sustain him and stuff, keep him going. It's like, what is it? Enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't know, enemy of my enemy is my friend or some shit. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's it. Well, I could go over what happened, how I said about what? How long is this one? Alright. The Mafubajai episode. Gotta cover that actually. What happened? Vegeta, Frost did her dirty, and Vegeta got sucked in the Mafuba jar as a Super Saiyan. Roshi was trying to fight back. He's like, I'm not gonna let Vegeta get disqualified for my foolishness, Despite Frost being more powerful than Roshi. On the ground, last bit of energy, and Frost is like dodges, like, you waste your energy. But then he controls it. Quick, boom, hits the Mafuba jar, and then Frost is like trying to hold it, and then blue aura like bloody stings out and back and comes out, engulfing Vegeta initially, and then Vegeta's like, damn it! And he's already Super Saiyan Blue. He emerges from the Mafuba jar as Super Saiyan Blue. When his Super Saiyan emerges as Blue. So already he had plans to bloody break out like free by his own means, It's just, they didn't want to spoil it. And it was Roshi's final moments as well. Yep. So they gave it to Roshi. So they gave you a hint. But not to spoil the secret they have on Vegeta. Yet he does have attained a new level of power, of course. Gonna come into this tournament with nothing, when he's just like as much a focus, the key point, a center as Kakarot in this series. But what happened, it was good, it was nice, because it's like, Vegeta took out Vegeta once more, and he was gonna take out Frost, but Frost is like, boom. Smoke cloud disappears, and then it goes to Frieza, and then he meets his demise literally in the following episode with Frieza. Vegeta's like, guess it's time for you to drop out, old man. And initially Vegeta appeared in front of Roshi, right, when Frost was given the bloody hands on Roshi, the bloody, oh god. And then Vegeta was the one to save Roshi. Kakarot was hands full with that fat ass bitch. It's like, out of the way! But it's like, what the hell? Anyway, and the Frost was like, you got me good. And then it's like, Vegeta's like, Frost is like, I've not gotten more powerful, and I've got weaker because I was a fugitive on the run and all that. Vegeta's like, cut the bullshit out already, Then Vegeta gets in the way, and then that's why Roshi does the Mafuba to try to seal Vegeta of all people. So Mafuba, evil containment wave, right? Got nothing to do with sealing evil up. You seal anyone, whoever the hell you want. And in this case, when the bloody doing the Mafuba, initially Roshi the first time, it was just Frost. And he almost got Frost. And then Frost was puffing. What the hell? Like Zamasu, they had Zamasu in the jar, and then he escaped because of no seal, and Zamasu, being immortal, mind you, it's like, what the hell? So what happened was, Frost the second time around took control of the bloody Mafuba, and Vegeta's like, he's like, hey Vegeta-san, you can have it if you want it that badly. And then that's how Vegeta got trapped. Technically Roshi's fault, because it's like, Vegeta's like, hey, old man, like, Ji-san, don't move, you die. So Vegeta's like, don't get the wrong idea, I hate this bastard, find him annoying, against Frost. So it's like, oh, don't care about Roshi, didn't come to save you. But while he's like taking on Magetta and Frost at the same time, it's like, don't move. So Vegeta does care, and he respects Roshi, and then Roshi falls. So he gets eliminated by his own hand, right? And Beerus like, you impressed me, old man. I have respect for you. So not just Vegeta, Beerus respects Roshi. I respect Roshi. The things he did in this tournament, he literally overcame his lust. And he was tempted. But he turned it around on the girl instead. My theory, because Pua was able to transform into like a fucking human, like literally. He raped her, he had sex with her. Dirty thoughts, dirty mind, But somehow he was able to overcome it. So Roshi was a star, man. Star in this tournament. Respects for Roshi. But Vegeta, like, before Roshi falls, Vegeta's like, alright, leave the rest to me, old man. And he waves. Gesture of like, salute, respect. And Roshi falls and he's with the stand. So all the bold men have been knocked out. Krillin, Tien, Shinhan, and Roshi. It's Piccolo next, even though he's not human, but he's got no hair. He's gonna face the Namekians, and he might fall to the Namekians. Depends if they're like the Saiyajins. The theory is the Saiyajins are good, the Namekians Universe 6 are bad. Could have evil intentions, I don't know. Pull a fast one like Frost. Well, there's 23 minutes. I think this is long enough for part 2. If it cuts off now, then yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Covered that episode. I think we're up to date now. Yeah, just see what happens with bloody Hit and Jiren next week. Hit's not gonna defeat, but he may leave a mark of some sort, whether it be an injury or stamina loss, stamina drain on Jiren's part. Either way, hype! Dragon Ball hype, Pokemon hype. That's all I can say. This has been the Iron Prince, and I am of course out.